Hi and welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy Saturday, everybody. So I'm going to plod on with making my spare storage even prettier, and I'm on the next to last column. Now I did think I would try potentially to do both of these today. However, time is not in my favour. So it's going to be one column today, and then we'll finish the columns next week, and then there's a few steps that I want to do to finally finish it up. But first things first, let's pop some stickers on some bags. This next colour is the one colour that I probably, apart from 310, have the most of. It's 3756. The reason I have the most of it is mainly due to the squares. So they're, oh, in fact I've got a baggie there, but they're all squares. And this was due to having an Ever Moment painting that used this colour, and the bulk of these are the leftovers from that. So as you can imagine, there was a lot of leftovers from the Ever Moment one. So let's fill up the square bag, because part of my revamp of storage, if you've not seen my earlier videos, is I am now limiting myself to one bag of diamonds in my spare storage. The rest are going to be put aside for sharing with others. So all of these squares are going to go. I do have one of them in a nicer bag, but they're all going to go in here for now, and I'm going to sort out something for storing them later. But I have one pretty bag of squares. There's my little card. And then I only have one bag of rounds, but it took up all that space. And I was hoping that the space I'd save by merging these diamonds together would enable me to get everything into 2 boxes. But it's not happened, unfortunately. I am still going to be into 3 boxes, but these things happen. If it didn't happen now, it would have happened later. And look, I've got quite a few different shades in that one, but I do keep all shades of my spare diamonds together, because if I ever need them for a painting that runs out, I would just pick the closest shade. Okay, so let's put them there. I just find it a little bit easier to sort of manage them that way. So 360. So basically what I'm doing, for those that are sort of new to this video from me, even though it is part 8, is a few years ago I did set up this spare storage organisation system in photo boxes. And at the time when I originally sorted it out and originally did it, I do have videos on it. I just had a basic sticker on my little card. I had a basic sticker on my baggies. And I just used to de-kit a painting into bags, and they just all get put into bags, and then I would just line the bags up. So I would de-kit into bags as one part and then put them into my spare storage as a second part. It's like the part 2. I've revamped things slightly over the years. So I did decide that having all the diamonds in separate bags wasn't working, and I combined them together. I did used to still keep colours that were different. I still kept those split up. You know, if the dye lot was a different shade, I stopped doing that. I used to keep Ever Moment separate to any other brand because their diamonds are really nice. I stopped doing that as well. All on the basis of trying to compact things as much. One of my ways of making things pretty was my daughter created these labels for me, which we do have available in our shop, and I prettied them up with these. I then also changed my stickers so that I had a circle sticker for circle diamonds and a square sticker for square diamonds, or a rectangle one, should I say. Have I got one? Yeah, it's more of a rectangle type sticker, but that was my difference between square and round. And now I'm hoping that this is sort of my final big revamp of my storage, though you never know. If I find something that will make it prettier again, then I might change things up, but for now I think this is sort of, you know, going to be my final. And what I'm doing now is I am moving the diamonds from one bag to another, and that is purely because I was gifted these thicker bags by Diana. So they are 2 inches by 3 inches, but they're 4, I think it's mil thick, or 4 ml thick, which makes them stand up really, really nicely. What I'm also doing is I'm putting pretty stickers, again from my shop, 1 square, 1 round, printed with the DMC number on each bag. And I am putting a bag in for each colour, even if I don't have it. So even if I don't have the diamond for it, it is getting a bag. That is partly because I don't want to have sticker sheets floating around with, you know, numbers missing, and potentially something happen, and yeah, and it just takes out a step of that dekitting process. If I go to dekit and I have what could be classed as a new colour, i.e. new to me, spares wise, I don't have to be creating storage for it, it's already there. So this is hopefully, as I say, going to be my final sort of revamp to make my storage pretty. What I'm also doing is, as I said earlier, is I am limiting myself to 1 bag of each colour in my spares. Now, as many people may know, I do have a Heaven and Earth design project, which is a cross-stitch pattern. Oh, that one's got sticky in it. A cross-stitch pattern that I am doing as a diamond painting, and I'm doing it using my spare diamonds, which for some colours does use more than the bag I'm limiting myself to. At the moment, those diamonds are kept completely separate because it is an ongoing project. If I were to do another one in the future, bearing in mind I currently have 2 on the go, then I will make, note of it and start saving up my spares again. But I don't know whether I will do another. As much as I am really enjoying doing it, and it's a fun project, it is a long project, and I have so many diamond paintings already that I want to do. I don't think I'll be doing another one in the very near future, and I think that's why I've taken the decision to limit my spares. I don't have a lot of storage in my craft room. It's amazing how much I can fit in my craft room with organised storage, but I can't make the room any bigger. There's no plans to move or, to have more space. I've already had to fit, the store in the shop in its bulk in my craft room as well. So I really don't want too much space taken up by storing spare diamonds. Sorry if you can hear that whirring in the background. I think Megan's cleaning her bedroom. Or maybe my daughter is. Somebody's cleaning somewhere. As long as they clean the communal areas as well, we'll be all good. Because part of the reason I do not have time to do that second row today is the fact that I need to do the videos for the whole of the week. I often, because of working, I do need to film videos sort of in bulk. They don't always get filmed on the day that I do them. They get filmed for the following week. And occasionally with unboxings, I do those, you know, in a sort of bulk, and that may give me a video for a few weeks, which allows me to concentrate on the kitting ups and the de-kittings and stuff. But I currently have 0 videos scheduled on YouTube that have been done. 0. Oh, that one doesn't have any diamonds. I don't have any diamonds of that colour yet, so that can have 2 empty bags. Just sort of using these to prop everything up. 374. So yeah, I have a lot of videos to get done this weekend to ensure that the content stays at its current level. But you know, it's fine that it's still a row a week. I am really enjoying doing these videos and getting my, you know, spare storage sorted and organised, so I'm happy for it to take another week. And then I'll be doing the sort of final prettying up. Ooh, that one went on skew. Then I'll be doing the final sort of pretty up of everything, of these boxes anyway. And then I need to sort out what I'm going to do with the spares that I'm going to share with other people. But I've got a few more still to get through here. I think this row ends up 8, 1, 12. So we've got quite a few to do. 377 doesn't have any. And this will all need to knot once they're all in there and the foam's pushed across. Or the foam board, sorry, is pushed across. Oh, look at the different colours in that one. What a variety. Yeah, I think if I still kept things in separate dye lots, I think I would just end up with a gazillion. And I don't want to be matching it and finding a better colour for it. A better colour match and stuff. Because it's just going to keep happening. It's just the way it works in diamond painting. It's not as controlled as, you know, the real DMC is in regards to embroidery threads. So it's just something that we have to deal with. So let me get the squares. Am I going to get all these in? So the bags that I was using are still perfectly good bags, and they will be recycled and reused. Was slightly wider, so they were still 3 inches, but they were 2.25 wide, so it made them a little bit wider this way, ever so slightly, but because they're thinner they also go a lot fatter, whereas I like these ones because they take up a lot less room even when I've got 2 colours. And I'm kind of hoping I can get this whole row in here and have a free row. We'll see what happens. Ooh. And I do sort out all my bags. They're all thrown over to the corner, and I will deal with tidying all those up. I am also removing my baggy inserts from the ones that I'm keeping hold of. Now these are just a piece of paper, a thick piece of paper, so it's 100 GSM rather than 80 GSM, which is your normal printer paper. And it just helps the bag to stay upright, because these bags with a few diamonds in can sort of, you know, crumble or slide. So far it doesn't seem to be happening as much with these. Oh look, I've not got many rounds, but if I didn't have that bag insert, it can sort of fold and it can make things a little bit untidy, whereas the baggy inserts just help it to stand upright and to attention in my storage. But these bags now, these big ones, seem to stand up a lot better, like that's not folding when I give it a shake, even though it's not got many diamonds in. So I'm hoping I won't need them, but if I do, I will just reuse them, because say I'm not getting rid of them. They're just getting stored in with my other diamond painting stuff, and I will probably use them for the spare diamonds that I share with others. So I have got one here that I've already numbered up. So I must have de-kitted this colour in the last few weeks and not had the colour before. So rather than create a new one of these bags, because I was already revamping my storage anyway, I just pinched the number off the sheet. So we'll add the squares that I obviously already had. And then I like to store them rounds followed by squares. That's just what makes sense to me. So I always try and put them in back into my storage box, round, then squares. Oh, I've got two here, but I don't have any diamonds to transfer, so that makes it a little bit quicker. So 3787. 3790. I am also planning on doing a whip and chat tomorrow, which I know has been a long time since I've done one. I suppose I've more been doing this spare storage instead of a whip and chat, but I am going to do a whip and chat tomorrow. I do have a community tab up on, or a community question up on YouTube, for you to ask any questions so that I have something to chat about. So do feel free to pop any whip and chat questions on there, and I will answer as many as I can. And I've just had diamonds fling out that bag. I'll pick up the one on the desk. I am not picking up the one on the floor. The Hoover can have that. It can have a little treat. Okay, 3 8. So we're up to the 3 8s. That's a sign of progress, but there are so many 3/8 DMC numbers. I feel like there's gazillions of them because they just, yeah. I much prefer the DMC numbers that are only 3 digits, but I'm guessing DMC has a reason for what they've done with missing some numbers out and then doing shed loads starting with a 3/8. I'm sure they have a reason. Okay, let's take those bags out as well. Let's take those last two out that I need to do and put them behind there. So this is the row I need to do now. And then let's fatten this out so that they stand a bit more to attention. Okay. Because I do want everything to look nice and pretty. This is already looking nicer than the other side. That's a little bit more chaotic because it's not as structured. So see how structured I can get this side to be. I do also like the fact of putting in a number with some bags, even if I don't have diamonds, because I do find that it leaves a nice little gap between my numbers so I can see them a little bit easier. Okay, this is round. And I think I've got my stickers the opposite way round today. I'm sure for most of my other videos I've had the rounds there and the squares there. It's probably what's confusing me, is my stickers are on different sides. But hey ho. Okay, 3803. Pretty. They're actually both very similar. Must be one of the colours that they got right. That, or it's just my look of the manufacturers I've had the spares from. So 3804. And I have both. Some squares. So yeah, do let me know in the comments how you guys are doing with your own spare storage. I have loved seeing Facebook posts of people who've been organising or have finished organising their storage. Even the progress pics as well. I do like to see those. Just the different colour combinations that some people choose. So the labels on the DMC cards we have in multiple different colours. The same with these small DMC labels. I notice sort of from orders that some people will choose one colour for rounds and they'll choose a different colour for squares. You know, so that they can see it by a colour as well. I do know somebody mentioned, and I thought that was a good idea, that they actually put the sticker on different sides of the bag to be a little bit different. I've got 2 diamonds stuck in this bag. Will you get out? Okay, go that way then. So yeah, they actually put like the round on the left and then actually move the square to the right. It's like lots of different sort of visual clues for people to help them differentiate between the rounds and the squares when they're stored in the same box. Some people store the round and the squares in separate boxes. So they have a box for their round diamonds and a box for their squares. Or 2 boxes for each in many cases. And I think that's what stopped me doing a box for each, is it would probably be 2 boxes for each, rather than I would get them in one box, because I'm already over 2 boxes with them combined, and I would have extra cards as well. So I think that's what stopped me, is it would in fact increase the amount of boxes I need, and I would need 4 for all my spares, rather than at the moment I have 3 boxes for my spare diamonds. I do have 1 box that houses all my Heaven and Earth Design project spares, which is the design I'm doing with spare diamonds. So I do have a box for that, that won't be used forever, though it feels like forever because the painting is very big. And then I do have a box that's half the size of this that has my special diamonds in it. And my special diamonds used to be stored in this box, but it got too full. So they sort of got kicked out, and I ended up creating a box just for them. So what I might do is I might bring my specials back into here and bring them back into the mix and have everything back in one box again. Have I still got more bags packaged there? Nope, that bag's empty. Okay. So I'm going to have to be dipping into these. But that's fine. I have plenty. Oh, I haven't even put the number on. I'm getting disorganised. It's not good. It's not good for me to get disorganised. Okay, 3810. What are we on? Rounds. I need to focus. It's getting very warm in here at the moment. It gets very warm under the lights after a bit. It's going to be fun when I do long videos in the summer. But let's get these away. I do want to say a big thank you to everybody that has pre-ordered our new diamond painting tray. I have got a few I've managed to get out in the post, the very, very early orders, but we are looking at a few weeks, potentially 2 to 3 weeks for some of the later orders or the more recently placed orders, because our printer can only work so fast. We get 3 to 4 printed in a day, depending on how early we can get the printer started, because they take a few hours each. But we will get them out to everybody, of course, as soon as possible. But yeah, thank you to all that have already ordered. I really love the tray. I really, really do like working with the tray. I've been working exclusively with them for the past couple of weeks. I flip between the pink and the grey, partly depending on what painting and what colour diamonds it is. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving working with them, and I'm excited to see if you guys love working with them as much as I do. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this is the last one for today, is 3812, and I'm very happy to see that we have finally got we have got an empty row, which I did not have before at all. The diamonds took up far too much space, especially that 3756, of which I had gazillions of, due to having an ever moment custom painting with a lot of them in, and them giving a lot of extras. So that 3812, it was borderline fitting the rest in, so I may as well make it a decent amount to pass on to somebody. So far, they are all the diamonds I've managed to take out of my spares as a potential to, you know, spread the love and have a look on Got Diamonds UK and see who needs what. I'm still going to get a few more into here next week. I'll be able to fit a few more in this row before I class it as being full. In fact, have I got some trays? Oh yes, I've got some here. Trying to see if I got some out the packets, but I'm going to pop some green trays there to sort of help it to stand upright for a little bit. Those bags can stay in there till next week, but that side already looks a lot prettier than this side, and I'm sure once I whittle down my 3865 it'll look even better. These are only my rounds in 3865. My squares are with my heaven and earth design, so should be able to get this down to a nice level. So thank you so much for joining me for today's spare diamond revamp. We will be finishing the last row next week, and then I think the week after I'm going to look at potentially putting another divider, another foam board in these boxes to make them stand upright. Just a couple of little tweaks, but not sticking stickers on. So thank you so much for watching today, and I'll speak to you all again soon.